Hey everybody, Carl and Aaron here, and I got the banjo geared up to the key of G for a great old tune from Kentucky, Wild Horse, from Emma Lee Dickerson. And she can be heard on the Library of Digital Appalachia. And a great fireball fiddler voice. She really didn't mess around. And we'll try to get a little pep in this banjo rendition, 3 parts, and a lot of fun to play. And great on the fiddle, of course, and we'll get Aaron to back us up and see what we can do here. It goes a little something like this. Thank you, Aaron.
My pleasure.
Yeah, we kind of got a little bit of Wild Horse in there. Not that wild, but it's a beautiful tune. And we'll try to iron out some of those cool phrases. We've got a couple of cool techniques you may have not tried before. And we'll start with the first part, which is always a good place to start. We got Dot back here rooting for us. And I think she enjoys all music. I think she particularly likes strings instruments, for sure. So anyway, let's get into the first part. And the technique that I'm going to start out talking about is just kind of a delayed pull off. You get the note and you got to hold it for a minute, you anchor it and get a good strong sound, and then you pull off with a little delay. And it sounds a little like this. I'll do the little pickup for the first part. It's an open 2 hammer on the low string, and the 3rd string has a whole beat there. Then we hit the 5th fret on the 1st string, could be your 3rd or little finger, and you wait and pull off. And then you go to the 2nd fret and pull off right after that, and the 2nd string. And then we're going to go 5, do the same thing again without delays, 5 open and 2 open pull-offs. And then we have a little drop thumb crossover lick. The whole thing sounds like this. Okay, so I'll try that real slow. So pick up, open 2 hammer, 3rd, 5, and you wait, open pull-off, 2 open pull-off, 2nd string, 5 open, 2 open. That last lick is a drop thumb from open 2nd string with index. Thumb gets the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and open index finger gets the open 3rd. So you just practice that little drop thumb crossover lick, because your fingers kind of get crossed over. Index, thumb, index. You're getting 2 notes on the lower string. That's a good thing to try on 2 strings anywhere. Crossover lick comes in handy for endings and all kind of melody work. So let's do that much really slow. 1, 2, 3, 3rd, wait, pull off, 2 open, 2nd, no waiting. Crossover lick, do it again, 5 wait, then an ending lick that has that crossover and a pull off on that 2 to open and a chord. Halfway through the first part, and I'll do it slow a few times. 1, 2, hammer, 3rd string, 5, wait. Again, wait, crossover, pull off. That's halfway through. And we're going to do the same thing happens again, but the lead in, instead of the low string, is going to be a slide from 2 to 4, and you wait for that to ring one more beat on the next measure and get the 5 for that same old story, the delayed pull off. So slide, wait, boom. So the whole first part, I'll play it for you one more time, and just notice where the delays are and where they keep moving, you know. So you wait and then you don't wait, you know. That sounds like a lot of things. So 1, 2, go. wait, no waiting, crossover, wait, in phrase, slide, wait. That's the first part. We'll come back and do them all again, but let's just kind of go through all of them a little bit there. And chord-wise there, if you're thinking of a chord, it's just G mostly. You could just kind of think of G with an alternate bass. Come about 3 times in a row, then you just do a little walk, or a D to G. A lot of times, I think on the guitar, on the backup of that old recording, would be just walking up to G's. So it'd be like G, do, bum, do, bum. Maybe walk the bass up, 2, 4, 5. That's our backup for the first part. We'll kind of get a basic backup. Second part is a kind of a little part of a scale going up and down, and it starts out with the same hammer lead in on the low string, open 2, and we go open 2, 2, 4, first string. So it's a hammer, open 2, slide 2, 4 on the third string, and the first string twice. So hammer, slide, first string. Very banjo-y. And that's the start of the second part. Then it gets into a little flourish. A lot of ways to do this with drop thumbs. I'm doing it with a drop thumb, open second to the second fret, third string, index thumb, gets the drop thumb. Then a hammer, open 3 on the second. Then I get second fret and third fret, that's like a chord, and do drop thumb from the 1, 2 strings. And then open second string, drop thumb to 2, 3 with the second fret, third. Easier to play than to talk about. And a phrase like that, some people might just use the first string as a pull-off. So try different ways, and you may find the best way to do it of all there. You know, you can try them, and you'll find about 3 or 4 different ways to do it usually. Okay, so I'll get up to that point on the second part. Hammer, slide, first string, here's that flourish. Drop thumb, then you have open, slide, first string again, ending phrase, but it goes that low 2, and E minor arrives there in the chord department. So that's halfway through. I'll do it again. Hammer, slide, first string, hammer, drop thumb, open, slide, first string, pull off to the 2 low, and we're going to start again similar, little streamline this time, slide 1, a little easier here, 2, 1, pull off, drop thumb. Stay on the third string like a fiddle might do a pulse there. So the whole second part, one more time. I think you'll find that's pretty easy to play, that one little second measure with the drop thumbs. If you don't do many drop thumbs, there's great players that don't do any drop thumbs, so you can work around that. But it's good to have that technique at your disposal there. So the second part goes like this with the pickup. 1, 2, 3. And now the third part is going to have that second fret on the third string, which is an A note, and it takes us to a minor. Here's another technique you may have done, but I'm going to try it with a roll. It's an E minor chord arrives. This whole third part's an E minor. I guess we should talk about the second part chords for a second, because it's really kind of going I would think this is kind of a G sound, and it kind of gets an E minor sound for a second, back to G, and it just walks up. It's a quick E minor G, and kind of it goes to E minor in the first time through, I guess I should say. So it's got G going. Let's just start with the open G. 3 and 4 maybe. And an E minor, G, and it goes back to E minor at the end of the phrase there. G, gets a little E minor again, and then you're going to walk up. So second part's kind of G sounds, get some kind of E minor for a second, back to G. It's going to get down to that E minor, dramatic part, G again. Right, kind of E minor, and you're going to walk up to G at the end of that. And then this third part's going to be an E minor, okay? So let's look at the melody of the third part. And we get a roll to get the first note. We start with the third string, second fret, so a little lead-in note. And you don't have to do that, but you could. You're going to get the second fret, first string, and do an index, second and first string. And so it's a roll. With a little delay, so you're going to hit roll, wait, and the fifth string, and back to that first string note. Kind of a delayed roll, I guess. We're getting delayed in this tune. I'm not sure. So roll and fifth string and the first string note again. Just try that a few times. All right. And you experiment with how much pressure. If you kind of keep pressure, you can almost do it like 2 attacks, but nice if you can just kind of let it roll, glide across, and the fifth string. And you're going to have a hammer, a delayed wait on that too. And let me just play the whole third part for you. So a lot of that rolling there, about 4 times, and this is pretty similar each time, but the syncopated, we do the hammers, and then we have a higher flourish in there, and then an ending's kind of a high thing. So let's break it into about 4 parts there. So the roll, and the fifth string, back to that note, then a hammer, and the wait in the fifth string, and we have our first note phrase. It's going to be 2, 4, hammer, 2, open, pull off, and a drop thumb, open, to the second fret, third string, and that's going to be the end of the flourish there. So that's the first phrase. So with the roll, hammer, wait, and the flourish, drop thumb. I'll do that again. That's the start of the second part. Hammer, wait, flourish, drop thumb, back to the roll. Hammer, and you wait, and you go up to a high flourish, and this is really nice to think of as 3. It's one phrase, but it's really like, if you think in 3 parts when it kind of covers a lot of ground, and I'm using 1 string, which is one technique on the banjo that works pretty well often. So I'm up to 9, 7 pull off, and then a 5 open pull off, and 2 open pull off. It sounds like this. So if you think of that as 3 distinct places to put a little pressure and find the equilibrium, where you're pushing and pulling. So here I just think of 9 and 7, get a nice clean anchor on 7 and pull off. Then get on 5 a nice anchor and pull off, and then anchor on 2. Experiment with the fingering. It's usually nice to change fingers around a little bit. You might try a little finger and 1 and maybe 2. Anyway, the fingering can be very experimental. So I'll do that much and just notice that phrase. That's halfway through the third part. So roll, hammer, the first flourish. Here's the high one. You're back to that roll again. And here's a variation. You have a 5 open, just like our first part. Roll, and then just a brush, and 9, 7, 5, hammer, 5, and 2 beats to get back to the first part. All right, the whole third part, and then I'll do the whole tune for you there. So you'll see if we can make any sense out of the wild horse there. It goes on a stampede sometimes, so they're hard to track down. But here's the whole third part, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. I'll do the second fret, pick up. Roll, wait, hammer, wait, flourish. Roll, wait, hammer, wait, high flourish. Roll, wait, hammer, 5 and 2, drop thumb. Roll, wait, brush, 9, 7, 5, hammer, 5. Okay, one more time with that, and I'm going to go to the first part and play all 3 parts for you one last time. So here we go. This third part one more time. 1, 2, 3. First part coming up. Second part. me do that again. I got excited and went too early. So we'll do with 1, 2, 3rd part. High first. In on the first part. Make up an ending. Yeah. So if you get off, just try to keep going there. But I think each part's pretty distinct there, and the delayed pull off is a nice technique. And of course, we sort of have the roll with a delay there. So just being able to wait and stress those upbeats for syncopation is the really good players can really do that without any problem. So just maybe I'll get you thinking about that. I hope you have a wonderful time with the banjo every day. And Wild Horse, I hope it's a nice one to add those techniques. And check out Emma Lee Dickerson's playing on the Digital Library of Appalachia. Okay, Library of Digital, at Berea College, I think, is part of that. And great resource. Take care.